post that in just a little bit. Okay. Good morning. This is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching. This is just recording our live trading session. I really already kind of did the market preview because everyone should know what they're looking for. If you need to clean up your chart, okay, and you don't like all the lines and Keltner channels on there, okay, very, very simple. Just come over here, guys, go to Analysis, Studies, find where your Keltner bands are, right? So it's going to be Keltner outer bands 2. I have them hidden, so you just do the opposite. Unhide, unhide, apply. Now my Keltner channels are back on. If you want to get rid of it, it's ID 66 and ID 17. You can just flip that around and you can get rid of them. I find them useful because it helps me orient myself as to where we are on the chart book. Okay, so there's several big things on the table for today. First of all, I'm closing this out because I already have it. Right click, close, remove, yes. Okay, so number one, this is the biggest volume bar of overnight. You should have a line on it, okay? That bar right there, you'll already see I have it highlighted. We get underneath, we impulse move underneath 25,756. This guy and everyone above him is trapped, okay? So that's just, put that in your back pocket, right? If you look, looks an awful lot like this guy yesterday, right? Biggest seller at the low of the day. You can see it was like, it was easy. It was advertised. Hey, look at me, right? Put a line on him. He is trapped, right? Look how the market responded off of that. Everything over 25,512. And this is where the algo started taking all its stops. So it's a trader assist. It's not supposed to be run completely blindly. So when you see the biggest volume of the day come in at the low, once you get above that, turn the thing off so you don't catch the stops and you can keep a higher percentage of your profits, right? So when you look at that as a whole, that's probably going to set the boundary for today, okay? Bottom of boundary, big volume. Top of boundary, big volume, right? And you will see that, and that's going to be a big one to break, right? So we'll break it at the open because it's only 1,600 contracts, but that guy overnight, you lose that, and 25,512 is possible, okay? So keep that in mind. Next, go to the profile, just so we're oriented on the profile. The high and the low from the 10th are the highs and the lows that matter. You'll see that we're currently trading 788. The high on this thing is 25,761. If you are bearish, you need to be back inside 25,761, and you can bet that someone will try to buy that retail gap fill right there at 25,712. Okay, and then there's the volume point of control at 703. This is very simple, right? Oh, excuse me. This is the high from the 10th, and then you have the high down there. There are going to be traders when we come back in here going, hey, I'm looking to come up and take out this high here and here. I'm just doing this roughly because I don't work off of this chart directly, right? Okay, so they're going to go in and go, oh, great, I got the dip. I'm going to buy. We're going to take out the high, and we're going to come out to 25,877. Super, totally doable, right? That's what some people are going to be thinking. So what I'm thinking is I need to get underneath all of this and past the retail gap fill from yesterday at 25,651 roughly, and yesterday's volume point of control at 25,624. So those are kind of your reference points for judging. Underneath 25, 624, The important numbers are 25,475 and this low at 25,442. That picture sets up all your important levels for what other retail traders will be looking for. Not institution, but retail. That is what they are going to be looking for, right? You have a naked volume point of control at 25,360. You have a retail gap fill and an anomaly at 25,258. And then you have the low from the 6th at 25,201. I have no idea if we hit that or not hit that because we've had 500-point ranges, so you certainly can't knock it out of the question. To me, those are the most important levels. Okay. Now I add to that. Okay. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do a couple of things. Number one, I want to know where the 50-60 retrace is from the low on the 7th to the overnight high. Sorry, wrong tool. I would expect to find responsive buyers from in between here and roughly approximately here, which also notice that coincides with a round number, 25,400. It's a 382 retrace. Every guy who's ever read a book about Fibonacci is going to go, I'm buying 25,400. So it's likely to get a response there, regardless of what the rest of the chart looks like. Okay, next. You have overnight point of control right there. You have Asia first hour point of control right there. You will see that acted as support. See how they got above it, backside tested it, and went. You have the, where's the closing print? Let me see this. Closing print is that green bar. So it's approximately right there. And you have 5 points of control in a row. You're highly likely to get a bounce out of 25,650. You have the low point of control of the day. And you have the first hour point of control, which would be this. Those are the points of control that matter to me. Okay, so you'll notice 650 to 622 creates a little zone. I would put the zone at 98 against all these wicks, right? So basically 25,698 to 25,622, I'd expect some kind of responsiveness, right? You also have, and then as you look below, there's a untested, meaning never backside tested, low point of control down there. That is from Sunday night. Asia's low point of control. You have Sunday night's bottom of the gap there, right at the 50 retrace. Guess what? Someone's likely to buy it right underneath. Okay, so what I would do now is I'm going to take these. I'm going to go swing, even though it's not a prior day low. I'd want to lose that and recapture it. So it gets white. Lose this, get it recaptured. So now you have a little zone there, and that zone, because they're white, I'd like to lose it, get back above, push for balance, right? Sunday night low, that's also the 24-hour low. A lot of things going on there, right? I would like to capture that. Again, that's right between the 50-60, that 25,270. You should have that marked down. I expect responsive buyers out of there. If I lose it and recapture it, I'd expect a big push, right? Finally, the low at 25,714 roughly. If you need it to the tick, adjust it, right? That's the low. And then importantly, I would note from here, 25,170, okay? That there's a retail gap fill there at 25, just below 25,170. If it does not respond immediately from 25,170, all of this is poorly auctioned all the way down to 24,714. Obviously, that's a long way away from where we are right now, and I would not expect to be there at the open. Okay, so what I end up with is a chart that probably looks like a cluster at this point. Let's do this. Does this one have it? It's just missing from the hourly. Got it. I can fix this. I don't have another 24 tick over here. But I have a 40 tick. Ah, perfect. Here we go. Charts 1 and chart. We'll just leave it at chart 1 because I marked it all off. So F5, chart trines. And there's all those levels. All the way up and down that I'd be looking for. White, 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 white. It just doesn't have the 50/60 on it. So if I wanted to supplement that, okay, and you can remove it when you get it, it would look like, oh, I see what the problem is. Add the prior day's highs and lows to this because I'm just going to post this chart. So file, new chart book. Let's, okay, and then this is 1112 plus plug computer. There you go. There's the chart. And we are open. So by the way, I want to read you this list of inventory of things that's going on today. Okay. Okay, 8:20 Fed Williams speak. 9 o'clock Fed Paulson speaks. 9:20 Fed Waller speaks. 9:45 U.S. Treasury Secretary Bassnett speaks. 11:15 Fed Bostic speaks. 11:30 Fed's Mirren speaks. White House press briefing with Levitt. 12 o'clock. 12:10 10-year auction. And then at the close, Fed Collins speaks. Frickin' ridiculous. Okay, on the Fed speakers. And then there's some ECB speakers apparently in between there too. Okay, be aware of it. Every time I say don't trade when there's a bunch of Fed speakers, people get disgruntled. Why'd you say that? It worked just fine. Do what you want. I don't care. I'm cautious when there's all those speakers. We obviously have an open drive lower. Close chart book. Yes. We are obviously in a potential or an open drive lower. That's as open drive lower as it gets. And that's that. So we'll see what they do. Everyone knows they're going to pass this stupid thing. I don't know why they keep jacking the market up on it, but that's that. We're in a bull market. They can do what they want. None of my business. We're below the 100 and the 200, so you know after 9 o'clock, if that condition stays, you know what I'm looking for just based on that, right? So there you go. Again, that 650 to 22 is likely to provide support. Okay. Um, and I need to probably copy over this so I have it. Actually, I don't want to mess up this chart, so I'll just keep two like this. I have one clean version of it. It's just easier for me visually to see what's going on when I do it this way. And that's pretty open drive lower to me. And I'm watching, I like to let everything get set and then make my decisions based on that later. I don't have to be perfect. I don't. There's no requirement that I be perfect. Nothing says I have to be perfect. I'm pretty good not being perfect. Someone else wants to be perfect. Welcome to it. And again, green white, just note it for your notes. When you see this green white at the high, it is no bueno to stay long against it. I'm just telling you, right? 100 has not crossed through the 200 yet, just to keep you up on where we're at. And we're still establishing the volume regime for the overnight. Again, that 25,756 to 91 should now become resistance. 25,12 to 25,478 should become support. Underneath 478 opens this up to a downside move. Okay. And that's all there is to it. And I'll be back in just a second, guys. Roll on down. $100 underneath the 200 now. That's as open drive lower as it gets, guys. Coming into retail got fill right here. You would generally think they're going to try and pop it out of that, but that's as open drive lower as it gets. Watch for an expression in the volume to come out. $100 below the 200. So the algo would not be looking for long trades here, right? The algo would be going, okay, we're waiting. See how they try to hold those 2 points of control? You got to get back over it now. Again, that is trend down, open drive lower, with very little incentive to try to catch that reversal. Just they're hugging the bottom channel. It's all sellers. 100 down through the 400 and 200 heading that way, and the 100 below the 200. All sellers. There's no need to sit there and try to counter this. I'm just telling you, if you like pain, go ahead, but I'm not interested in that. I like keeping and making money. I see lots of places where it could reverse, but geez, I mean, talk about a pain train. Okay, so there's your biggest seller to show up. So if you got over them, right, see that at 847? Roughly there is what you have to get above to come back up and retest. Again, I won't start trading this until after 9 o'clock. So I'm just marking it off for the sake of marking it off. Pretty ugly on the open. So at 9 o'clock, we have Paulson speaks. 9:20 Waller speaks. 9:45 Treasury Secretary Besant speaks, if that's how you say his name. Oh, I need to note something. Please switch your start time to 9:03 a.m. on that chart book that I posted today. It starts at 8:45. Please change it to 9:03 a.m. Okay? The long shouldn't have taken any trades. That's correct, but please change your start time to 9:03. Here, I'll do it on the sim one as well. Studies, modular auto trader, settings. If you want to skip all the Fed speakers, just move it to 12 o'clock. 9:03, start time 1, end time 1. So end time, start time 1's 9:03, end time 1 is set to 14. I'm going to put mine at 40. Apply. Yeah, and if you're not monitoring it, definitely perform check time. No question about that. Okay. System has configuration errors. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Analysis, studies. And change your start and end times in use 1. Okay, otherwise it'll give you that error. Should go away now. There we go. I gotta do the same on the longs. Analysis, studies, modular auto trader, settings, time. So end time and end times 1, start time in 1, 9:03, end time in 1, 14:30. And yes, also if you're not monitoring it, make sure you have the mode 2 checked off. And again, no one's getting crushed if you're just waiting for it to get above. You know you don't have momentum. All the momentum's to the downside. Easy peasy. There's the white bar down. I did not take it. It's before 9 o'clock. But that's the trade. The pattern repeats over and over again, right? The NASDAQ is down 61. The S&P 500 is up 7. So just keep that in mind. Just so I can have these separated out. There we go. Why isn't this? There we go. So remember, we have Paulson coming up and all kinds of good stuff. That's about his open drive lower. And if you look at the profile, we're just skating through the range again. Fair value. Traded all the way through fair value, almost to unfair value. This theme keeps repeating over and over. Believe it when it trades through an area completely. Believe it, right? It's not lying to you. The market doesn't lie. It's a pretty brutal place, but it does not lie. Also, pay attention when you get two or more of these that don't get extensions, you want to give it time to reset. That white bar down should give an extension down. Okay. Again, ES is still up on the day. NQ's down 53. We're not below prior day's lows yet, right? So you want to balance your view, right? And you just had a rotation down from 25,800 ish to 25,600, 200 point rotation. Give it a minute to breathe, right? You don't have to be the first one in on the sinking ship. And we haven't hit to come test that 25,12, 25,478. And now that he's speaking, we're going to go to this rapturous boink, 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 boink deal, where it just bounces around. Just how it works when they start speaking. So don't be surprised to see random rips. And remember, we have another Bostic's to retire on February 28th, 2026. Paulson does not comment on monetary policy or economic outlook in a prepared statement. So next we have Waller speaks at 9:20 next. So expect ping pong. So that's pretty funny. They run it up into the Fed speaker and he says 0. It's just all pre-programmed. That's all there is to it. And you still got to clear the 60, 65, 253, 653, 25, 653 is still the biggest volume print after the opening rotation. You got to clear it. Nasdaq's down 19. ESA's up 10. It's not a disaster. It's an open drive lower within range. Okay? So you don't get overly bearish. Again, the important part is that you not guess. That you not guess that it'll exhaust or won't exhaust or any of that crap. Just let the thing print. This is going to short, by the way, if you don't want to short on the Trader Assist at 23 and a quarter, it will short that bar. Okay. If you don't, for some reason, want that trade, pause it, right? You go, oh, too many Fed speakers. What's his face is coming up. I'm just letting it run, right? I'm just letting it run. But if you don't want it, right? Go, I'm going to wait till this dude's done speaking. Boop, locked, right? That's okay. We're down 200. It's okay understanding not wanting to continuously short when we're down that much. That's why it's a trader assist. Now I don't think it will short here. It's above the 100. See how we went right to the 53 and they paused? See that? Right to that 53 and paused. Even if you don't trade it, just collect the information. Oh, that's interesting. Right to the 53. Everyone knows they get short squeezed above it. That dude's got to be nervous as heck now. Right? He's the biggest seller of the morning after the open. You get above that thing, squeeze it on up. Would kind of make sense with Mr. Good News Bassinet coming up anyways, wouldn't it? Like when you think about it, if I was going to trap somebody, that's exactly what I would do. And this closed has begun. So now think about it, right? You're the biggest short seller. size-wise, or the biggest seller. Either way, what are you going to do now? NASDAQ's positive, ES is positive. What's your choices, right? If you're a pinpoint trader, what are you going to do, right? You don't know the answer? Watch and learn. Here comes the volume. He's trying to enforce it. He's trying to enforce it. He's trying. That will not fire short, by the way. It's above the 100. Should not. And does not. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. I'm trying to get the short to work. You have the people working off of against the 200, against that 53. I give the 53 over a moving average any day. I mean that that 53.75 any day over that moving average. That guy's under pressure now. And the big clue there is the white bar that got no extension to the downside. Mr. Bissett is Mr. Good News every day, all day. Show me the last press conference. He said something negative about the market. Trying again. Got to get underneath that 38 now, or y'all are screwed. They're trying. Who wins this little battle? Schwartz win round one. But they got chopped and stopped out there. Pretty good. Damn, it's hard when you have all those Fed speakers, isn't it? What is the dude saying? No love. Straight down. Pretty amazing. So the schedule goes 9:20 Waller, 9:45 Bascent. That's the schedule. Underneath the 100 and the 200, and you know what that means while we're waiting. Here's the current low of the day. $563. 512 takes us back to the bottom of the reversal from yesterday. Waller start speaking now? Or scheduled to start speaking at least? And just like clockwork, he speaks. Pretty incredible how they just run that like clockwork, isn't it? He speaks, we run up. No matter what he says, they're going to run it up, right? Every single time. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, algo will now take shorts if they set up, just FYI. So remember what's going to start to happen is people are going to know that Vincent is coming up, and he's usually pretty bullish. So with that being said, watch what it does, knowing that. Do they push down, or do they come back in and drive it up into him? Right? He usually says nothing negative about the market that would affect the market. Like he really plans pretty damn well, if you ask me. There's your cup. There's your handle. Cup, handle. And trying to short against percent is just nuts. I don't care who you are. That's a tough, tough short. Now you got 10 minutes of hell if you're short. It's not that he'll say anything positive or negative. It's just the possibility of him saying something positive or negative. That's enough for me. Over the 100. Try to push down again. You can do it. That I'll go to the fire sale. Unfortunately or unfortunately. Yep, it did. One scale off. There's one that I would manually cover if I could. Now, what a cluster on the chop. This is what I mean by it's very frustrating to trade when these guys are coming up. There's scale two. Let's see if we get 3 and 4. So look at that cup, that base that's forming there. If it doesn't break that base, right, you've had a lot of sellers pushing down in there. Well, I give them this. They pushed down. They did. You should have gotten all your scales on this. No, not yet. We're working on it. 3. 1, 2, 3. One more to go. I hate when we have all these Fed speakers, but you know what? The algo did just fine. Wow, in front of Besant, new lows of the day. What do I know? Nothing. Going down to that 12 to 478. This is yesterday's lows where we broke out above. Again, there's no reason to bottom pick that. So let's go through process really quick. All right. Nothing up here above the 100. That is the first trade of the day. Does anyone disagree with what I just said on process? Or can someone concur? Perfect. You disagree? Why? Why would you say that, Ed? Can you clarify, please? Oh, I see. This one right here. He's right. But it was over the 100 and 200, brother. It was over the 100. 8:53. I said don't trade before 9 o'clock. It was profitable because in that case you'd have that one too, and you'd have this. And I said don't trade till after 9:03, which is pretty much every day for me. So I would say on process, on time frame, that was your first trade after 9:03, below the 100 and below the 200, sir. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, but I was pretty clear that this works best after 9:03 a.m. If you trade below there, you're just aggressive, which is all right. Nothing wrong with that. Those were algos down. I knew that was coming. I just didn't know where it was coming from. Yes, sir. Should have gotten scale one. Again, you're running it during the Fed speaker, which that's fine. I am too, but that's what you're doing. So it's gotten one scale off. Should get scale number two here in a second. Just needs to get down here. Stop at 1150. Thank you, Brian. We are still alive. You have two scales. You're left with four. You're plus 571. With if you get these next two scales, you'll be up about $800 if we get these next two scales. Which I think you just got one of the two. Nope. You need a little bit more lovey love love to get down to that 25. But they will come. Do not doubt. This should be making it super easy to figure out which side of the tape you want to be on. Again, you don't catch speed stops if you stay on process. Whatever this dude was supposed to stay, he should have said it. Because peeps are not happy. You might as well come down and tag it. Because that's where it looks like it wants to go. So we should have gotten all our scales there. You should be up about 800. Yep, $831. Now, I want you to remind you of something. Okay, is everyone hearing me? $831 is almost $250,000 a year. Okay, think about it. Almost $250,000 a year. Think about it. That's all I'm saying. You can keep letting it run, do whatever you want. I leave it running. I understand. But I understand that if it did this every day, if it did, I know, doesn't do it every day, averages, all that stuff, right? $250,000 a year. Think about it. That's all I'm saying. I understand it doesn't work that way. I get it. Right? You're going to have down days. What about the days that it loses? What does it average out? My observation is most days it gets up between $400 and $800. That's my observation. Does it end that way every day? Nope. Some days it ends at $2,000. Some days it ends at minus $1,000, right? But intraday, I have noticed $400 to $800 on 10 micros. Okay? Think about it. Ha! It can be done. No longs. Come on, you know you want to test it. All the volume sitting right there. Just go grab the damn liquidity. Or come back up and give me another chance to get into the trade. He must have started speaking. You can see from the way it started bouncing up and down. That's pretty normal. Algo should be short there. It's an 83 stop. Yep. Should have gotten your scales. Some of them at least. Looks like you got 2 scales. You have 4 remaining, and you're up 981. Doesn't matter what if you turned it off. Totally fine, right? If you turned it off, totally fine. Okay, no big deal. 0, no big deal. I'll be right back. Let's see what it's got. 2 left. You're at 1081 with 2 micros left. The worst you're gonna end up is 1081 there. That trade should not have executed anything. Plus, you still have a trailer left to get down to. Your break even will come out if that gets stuffed. You'll get stopped out of your trailer, or your last scale will be down there at 23. One of the two. Hey, Joshua. Hey, Joshua, can you pop me the email that I need to send that PayPal thing to when you get a chance in a DM for me, please? I think that stops it out. It does, and leaves you plus $1,000 for the morning, which is pretty good. Not sure if that fired. And it did. You're now on your 4th trade. So remember, keep track. It's usually the first 3 that are fantastic. Okay, and everything behind it is kind of tough. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I still think the target is down to 25.12 to 25.478. So we've gotten 1 scale. Oh no, 0 scales off so far. It got slipped on the entry. So 0 scales off so far. So if this stops, it usually costs you about $400. I think is the expense on that. Come on, scale 1. think that tagged it. Scale 1 off, you're at 1140. So you're at less risk. You're about $300 of risk on balance right now, I believe. Oh, I didn't mean to flatten that. That was an accident, guys. Sorry. I meant to switch it back over here. I just hit the wrong area. So that trade's still at risk on my real accounts, not my sim account. Will someone let me know when it got the rest of the scales? That 39 and a quarter is an open POC. That's why you can see that it keeps bouncing off of it. Yes, -9, NQ 94. And mine took the short again there because I was a bonehead and flattened this thing accidentally. So my numbers will be a little bit off, but your original stop is still in place. It's going to screw up my numbers for the day on this sample set. That's all right. If someone can let me know when it gets the next fills, I'd appreciate it. Wait, Jason, can you clarify? It got scale number 2 and then it stopped on balance. Where was this? Where's your stop? It's not supposed to move down until it goes 15, then -10. Ah, I see. So it got balance 15 -10. What's the P&L on the day, please, sir? So it's down like 950 or something, right? Something like that. No, something's wrong. You have to be, you're off by half. That doesn't sound right. Anyone else can confirm? Can anyone else confirm the number? Brian or anyone else? How many micros are you trading, Jason, please? Something's wrong with your number. It shouldn't be that far off. It shouldn't have gone from plus 1,000 to 409. Boom, you should have gotten all your scales there, Jason. Ah, got it. Okay. And everyone should be up now. Um, but my numbers are off. 11, 14. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's not a problem. It's all good. We're pushing into that support area. This 12 to 78 was really important yesterday. Here, I'm going to go show you on the 32 tick. Okay. That's where that big volume print that I showed you yesterday afternoon. I said that failed. We could travel all the way down there this morning in the preview. That's that right there. That's where it came out. We consolidated at that 12. Here's the bottom of that consolidation, right? So they're going to take a look underneath again and see if there's any sellers below that 0150, 0250 area right there. Okay. So let's see what they do when they get over there. I will not be bottom fishing that low. Okay. Sounds glamorous, sucks in reality. VIX isn't up that much, 17.74. You can see somebody wants to buy it. See how it pinged right off of it? I've had that pleasure. No, thank you. If it works, God bless them. They can have it. Man, it sucks just getting ripped through those levels. I feel so freaking angry when I get killed like that. I'm like, I gave away money for no reason. But that's what they did. Someone thinks they're a genius. You really want it broken, look underneath, and recaptured and go. Right? This is retail traders that just go, I'll try to catch the low of that consolidation. Right? That's all that is. Right? So remember, there's two ways to look at it. Test and go. When we're in a strong market, it goes. But what you want is the look below, look above, backside test, and go. Or look below, backside test, fail, and then go. Those are your two looks you want there. That's a pretty strong bar for them to blow them up, but it was it's such a weak area. Like, that is such a weak place on a down market to try to save it. I'd rather have the look below and then to get back above. And there they all get stopped. They thought they were geniuses. All the way back to 78. And for me, I'm totally cool. If this thing reverses, my trades will come above here. I don't have to stress about finding the reversal. I just don't. right? Somebody else can. And then look where we are on the profile. We looked above. We trapped back in. We traded all the way through fair value, back into unfair pricing, and then there's some single prints from the afternoon yesterday, right there. We've taken a look underneath. We still don't have any sellers, and your pointing controls up here, which will act as a magnet. Not quite that, but kind of like that, right? And we don't know which way they're going to take, but what you think is they're going to take out the 24,475 or the 24,550, 25,450. Excuse me, ADD. Sorry, dyslexia man. Here. And again, I want to stress to you, you have made good money. Even if you screwed up, you've made good money, right? You don't have to keep pressing. Every trade and every move does not have to belong to you. It just does not. Okay? $1,000 is pretty good. Joyce, is that what you're showing? Good choice, Brian. I think that's 100% correct. You need to backtest that algo, my dear. That algo will fire again. Wait, it won't fire on that one. It won't fire on that one because it's coming out of a tweezer's top and we don't have it programmed, and I'm not sure that I want it yet. Okay. Well, what I want you to do, and I'll help you do this, Joyce, is I'll show you how to backtest it. Okay. And then you can make a decision with data instead of emotions. So that's totally fine. That probably fired. Nope, still counting as a tweezer. Now they want to run it up. Run it close. That's stupid. It's just stupid when they start to try to turn it. Includes remarks from the Fed event. I don't get it. It'll be later, Joyce. I don't know why we're driving straight up, but we are. And it's weird how it's doing it too. It's pure short squeeze. They've just decided the low is in, and they're going to balance it out. Pure stupid. No signal. I'm just saying it's just stupid. That's all. Someone sent a sell a buy program, and that's that. It's totally hard to read when they change the pace on this. Like, what the hell happened that we get this kind of response? It's so frustrating. 200 off the bottom and just nothing. Or 100 off the bottom with no rhyme or reason. It's like, damn, there wasn't a volume explosion, nothing. It was just, bam, we're done. We're going to cover it all. I can't see that hook from that hero reading. I tried to set it up for today and I couldn't. That just blows. Over the 100, over the 200. There's nothing that says us to keep going down. I just can't find the hook on this right here. I can't. Straight up on nothing. I guess maybe they're voting on the deal in the House. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can possibly think of, guys. But that blows that it came right at 10:30. Oh, the vote's not till tonight. So I don't know what caused that. But it's straight up. Look at that. Just damn. I hate when we do that. And how does that make one damn bit of sense? And the answer is it doesn't. Totally, totally, totally annoys me when we do that. I know there's nothing wrong with it. I get it. I'm not saying there is. I just cannot figure out the hook. There's no short and there's no long to be taken. I just cannot figure this part out, and I'm going to. That's all there is to it. There's nothing wrong. I just haven't figured it out, and I will. It's totally all right. It's me, it's not you. I just want to figure this part out, and I think I have it. So, guys on YouTube, that was a pretty good morning. I'll be back tomorrow morning.